Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to the live match reaction to Everton 3, Crystal Palace 0. Everton get back to winning ways in a more comprehensive fashion than I think any of us were expecting. We've been struggling for goals, struggling for shots on target in the last couple of games. So, and I don't think anyone thought we were going to score 3 today, but excellent. A very pleasant surprise. We'll get straight into the comments anyway. Inky Squids tuned in. Never felt more like singing the blues when Everton win, Liverpool lose, of course. Why not? So Everton win 3-0, of course, against Crystal Palace. Back to winning ways after a tough run, 3 straight defeats before this. We needed to bounce back, and by God, we did. It was a really, really hard-working performance. First off, got a goal up from Dominic Calvert-Lewin, back in the goals, a really well-taken finish. The type of finish that I don't often see Calvert-Lewin doing enough of. I don't think Calvert-Lewin scores enough with his feet, and his one-on-one finishing can often leave a lot to be desired. So to see him take that finish as he did, flick it round the defender, muscle the defender off, and then finish, one-on-one with the keeper, really well-taken goal. It was a great goal for him. Obviously, went into half-time at 1-0, still very tight, really. We were pressing really well. Palace really couldn't deal with the way we were pressing them, and it's nice to see us dominate a game in that respect, because we don't do that very often, and it was really nice to see. We didn't even play particularly well first half, but we were better than Palace, that's for sure, and we certainly outran them, and we got a goal, sort of calmed the nerves a little bit, got into half-time, and we come back out, and Palace make a couple of changes, I think, and Palace started to trouble us a little bit. And then we get the second goal, which somehow, and we will get on to the referee, because the referee was a disgrace today, by the way, but the referee, the assistant did his level best to try and disallow a perfectly onside goal from Anthony Gordon. A lovely little passing move, ball ends up with Onana, laid off to Mikalenko. It's a really good shot. A one-handed save from Gaeta, just pushed into the path of Gordon, and he does the rest. But yes, like I say, the referee did his level best to disallow, but also, or the assistant referee should say. VAR finally did something in our favour and showed how blatantly, obviously onside it was, and we got the goal given. Then maybe Zaha should have been sent off. Another VAR incident which didn't go in our favour, shock horror. But I tell you what, Palace were very, very. They did rough houses a lot in this game, I'll be honest. Their goal, really well taken goal. Dwight McNeil, a lovely little 1-2 with Iwobi, a back heel from Iwobi. As Joe Mack says here, the third goal was a belter. Hakan Isak Sarach. Last one must be the goal of the season so far. It was really, really, and Luna Pai makes a very good point. Finally, a comfortable win. Well, when's the last time we were able to say that? My goodness, I can't remember us winning a game by more than one goal for a long, long time. So, thank goodness for that. Long may this continue. I'm really pleasantly surprised by today. I wasn't confident going into this at all, and I think most of the fans would have been with me on that one, but certainly a really good performance, really well rounded. It wasn't even like we blew. It wasn't like we weren't knocking the ball around with any sort of it wasn't like a really stylish performance, but we just steamrolled them today, and it was really nice to see. And then the style did actually come out. So once the second goal went in, then everyone started to really to play with a lot more confidence, and you saw that in the third goal how nice the move was, and we don't see that enough from us, because normally we don't find ourselves in these positions of 2-goal cushions. So, it was really nice to be able to enjoy the final 10 minutes of that game today. Fans deserved it. I think it was one of those. It was a moody Goodison again today. It was like for all the right reasons. I think the referee, like I say, did his level best today to try and stop us getting this win. I think there was 2 incidents with a drop ball where there was a head clash at both ends, and both of them ended up being given to Palace despite them being identical and at different ends. It was, some really bizarre decisions from the referee, and Crystal Palace were very, very dirty today. I thought they were. There was a lot of like rough tackles. A couple of players picked up an Ohanana, picked a bit of a knock up. He was clattered by Ayew. Somehow Ayew didn't get a red card. He should have had 2 yellows. Zaha could have had a straight red. It was really, really. It was pretty brutal from them, to be honest, Crystal Palace. And there was the big incident. There was a lot of yellow cards. A lot of Palace players were walking a tightrope by the end of it. And I'm astonished that Palace finished the game with 11 men, but that's testament to this ever-growing list of games where we've gone through. I think we've gone through well over 2 years of football now without a red card to our opponents. You've got to wonder what is it going to take for someone to get sent off against Everton. But we didn't even need that today, in fairness. We played really, really well. It was like I say, not particularly spectacular, but it was a proper comprehensive performance. Everybody sort of played the part. Calvert-Lewin, I thought, looked a lot more like his old self, led the line really well taken goal, like I say. But really, like he gave absolute hell to Joachim Andersen today. I thought Andersen was really frustrated. He wasn't. A lot's been made about Joachim Andersen, how good a passer of the ball he was, but he was harried and pressed at every opportunity today. We didn't give him any chance to really showcase that, and defensively he looked pretty rattled by the presence of Calvert-Lewin, and even by Mopé when he replaced Calvert-Lewin later on. Both of them gave him a hard time at the back. Calvert-Lewin led the line really well. Gray and Gordon were the usual, like, worked hard, ran around, but the usual frustrating selves at times, like getting forward and making the wrong decision in the final thirds. There was sometimes we could have even had more goals if those decisions were made. A better decision was made, perhaps. But could have, would have, should have. We got 3 goals, which I'm not going to complain about that because how often do we do that? Midfield behind that, I thought Amadou Onana was excellent. Idrissa Gueye looked more like his usual self, snapping into the tackles, retaining possession a bit better. Alex Iwobi, excellent. But he almost always is these days, and it's fantastic to see how much he's turned his career around here. Like I say, he got a little back heel assist for the final goal. A little ping into Calvert-Lewin. So I think he got 2 assists, actually. So, Iwobi was all over the pitch as usual. Defensively, really, really good today. Cody and Tarkowski were not to be beaten. Seamus Coleman rolled back the years today. I think this is the best I've seen him play for a long time. And he does have... I don't think he should be a permanent fixture in the Everton team, and I've made that very clear, but he has still got a good performance in him, and this was one of his best for a long time. He really rattled Zaha, and I think obviously that's where he gets angry, he elbows Gordon. He probably should be sent off, but isn't. But Coleman, definitely, he was really, really good today. Like, really frustrated Zaha. It was only like the final couple of minutes where he finally got beaten by him. So, like, he went a good 89 minutes without really showing much to Zaha. And when you frustrate Zaha, he gets rattled and he kicks out and does these things. And I think Coleman played them very, very well today. I thought Cody, Tarkowski were really good. Pickford didn't really have to do a lot at all. He caught a couple of corners and that was about it. I don't think he really got troubled properly this game. We were really, really solid. The one player I haven't mentioned yet from the starting lineup because I wanted to touch on him was Vitaly Mykolenko, because he's had a little bit of criticism recently, and he's not been his usual self. Like, he hasn't really offered a lot. We always knew he was more defensive minded than attacking minded, but he offered a bit of both today. He got forward a lot more. He contributed more. It was a really, really solid display from Mykolenko again, and he was a lot more like his old self. He got forward, obviously into his shooting position, took a really good shot, which the keeper pushes out to Gordon for the second goal. So it was a lot more like Vitaly Mykolenko that we know and love today. That was a really good performance. The whole team did well, let's be honest. There wasn't really a bad performance. The substitutes came on and did well. James Garner knocked the ball around really well. Doucouré and Davis came on as well, so it was good to get some minutes under the belt for them as well. Mopé came on just to rattle Palace fans a little bit more because he rattles everyone, doesn't he? But he was a real nuisance when he came on. And then, of course, Dwight McNeil came on, and he's just a completely different player when he plays on the left-hand side. We've seen him on the right, and he hasn't really done a lot for us, but he obviously scored the winner at Southampton, playing off the left, took the ball in the left-hand channel and scored in the near post. Really well taken finishing. And the build-up play for his goal, which involved a 1-2 with Iwobi, like I say, that all came from him cutting in off the left, using the outside of his foot, lovely little threaded ball. Iwobi back heels it to him, and he finishes it off. It was a really, really nice goal, really stylish goal. We don't see enough of that from us normally, but it was really nice to see that. But McNeil was really impressive when he came on. So a really, really pleasing afternoon all round. No one ever thought we were going to win 3-0, I don't think, but lo and behold, we did it. We just pull away. Obviously, it's been a lot of Everton fans, of course, are making a lot about Liverpool getting beat off Forest, but it did put Forest only a point behind us, so we did need to get back to winning ways and really put some distance between us and the danger zone, and a win by 3-0 is, you couldn't ask for much more than that. It was a really, really good result. Improves our goal difference massively as well. Nice to really be able to come home. Our fans will be coming home happy. I'll be going out this evening happy. Everyone's in a good mood. We really love to see this. All of the team was. It was a really good display, even in spite of, like I say, the referee didn't do us any favours today. Some bizarre decisions against us, but the Premier League referees, we're never going to get anything off them. Let's be honest. So we have to do it ourselves. In fairness, we did it very well today. Palace weren't very good. Let's be honest. I think they were missing Czech Decore through suspension, and I think he's a big loss for them because he'd have given us he'd have had a bit more bite against our midfield and maybe could have stifled us a bit more. But our midfield was really dynamic today, and it was really good to see, getting about the pitch, lots of pace, lots of power, aggression, pressing. What we love to see as Evertonians. It was excellent. So the midfield battle, we really won that and dominated this game, and it's not often that we dominate games, but we got about the pitch. Really impressive performance. Got a lot more shooting opportunities than I thought we were going to. So, back to winning ways, back to actually getting shots on target, which is excellent. We just needed to get back to winning ways. 3 defeats on the spin. It was starting to look like it was going a bit pear-shaped, but we've stopped the rot, and we've done it in a lot more style than I was expecting us to. So, happy days. We're only a point off the top half now, which is, we can't argue with that. I think if anyone said we'd finish 11th this season, I think we'd all take it come the end of the season, given the nightmare of last season. Thankfully this time we beat Crystal Palace at Goodison with a lot less drama than we needed the last time, and everyone managed to stay in the seats, and no need for all the hysteria of the last time. Nice 3-0 win. I can't remember the last time we won 3-0. I think actually Inky Squids touched on it there. It was 100% Coleman's best game since the Leeds 3-0. Maybe even when we beat Liverpool. I think the Leeds 3-0, I think that was the last time we won by, certainly by 3, but I think probably more, we haven't won by 2 very regularly either. So, this is a rare day for us to savour. Hopefully we get to see a bit more of it this season, because, like I say, yes, last season was painful, and it's about time we started to improve, and this season looks to be going a little bit better, but you can't count your chickens. It's Everton we're talking about, and we'll wait and see what happens next. But for now, let's enjoy this victory. We've got a few more games coming up that we want to try and pick up some more points before we go away for this World Cup, which is strange. Like, we all know how bizarre a World Cup in November and December is going to be, but it could be a little blessing in disguise for us to try and keep some players fit, get some injured players back to fitness, and really try and keep us on a much more solid squad, keep the squad fit, and hopefully have a decent end to the season as well. And no more panic like last season. Fingers crossed. But like I say, we'll have to just take it one game at a time. And for today, let's just enjoy a well-deserved victory, a very well-deserved Everton victory. And often we get to say that recently. So, like I say, guys, savour it. And yeah, I'll just go through the comments before we wrap up. That boy has joined in. Refs this season love to try messing with us. Of course they do. They always, it's been this way all last season. They were doing the level best to send us down, and this season they'll try and stifle any kind of improvement that we have. Inky Squid said that was the Anthony Gordon we all know. It was a lot more like him today. He was still a little bit like raw and a bit leggy, and his end product still isn't brilliant, but he was definitely a lot more controlled in his aggression. He was winning the ball. He was holding on to the possession a bit better as well, and obviously was getting forward well enough to, get on the rebound from Mikalenko's shot to score the goal, which really made this result safe for us 2-0 up, and then allowed us to play with a lot more style. And nice goal. We'll finish up with these ones. Come on, the Toffees, says Jordan, and Everton till I die. A much needed 3 points up the Toffees. So there you have it, guys. Like I say, 3-0 wins don't come around very often in Everton land. So, like I say, savour this result, and let's take it all one game at a time and enjoy a very nice day as far as football is concerned. Everton 3, Crystal Palace 0. Happy days. Let us know your opinions on the game. Keep the comments coming in. Give us a like and subscribe for more content. And, of course, keep tuning in for more content in the coming weeks. Hopefully a bit more positive content to come now if we hopefully get a few wins together, hopefully. Better times ahead, hopefully. We'll just wait and see. But there you have it, guys. Everton 3, Crystal Palace 0. Thanks for tuning into the live stream, and I'll see you again soon.